Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here, and as we start this interview, I have a special guest who's going to talk about the daily lifestyles of every individual who wants to look good, be it on camera, off camera. So join me as I welcome Dr. Madhu Chopra only on Zoom channel.
Hi Shamina, thank you for inviting me on your Zoom channel, and yes, this is my favorite subject. I would love to tell you everything that I know.
And ma'am, for years we have seen that we all now even men are trying to have a skincare. We all are invested in having good skin, look in a certain manner, and you are the one who's also trying to get the best aesthetic looks for a lot of us.
Yeah.
How does it go for you? And I'm sure like a lot of people come with their insecurities. How do you deal with that?
See, first thing, besides consulting, I do counseling. I go and try and read their mind, their requirements, their needs, and then I devise a plan for them. Okay, so उसमें क्या है कि I think it's a birthright for everybody to have a better, more confident look. I'm not telling anybody to change their look, but improving it, because see, you were born with the best skin, best of everything, and then halat and stuff around you, the pollution, the effort, the stress, all that take the toll on the largest organ of the body, that's skin. तो बेचारा क्या करेगा? It gets spoiled. So that's where I feel that prevention is a better thing than going and getting radical therapies and treatments done. So I advise everybody, man, woman, senior, junior, everybody, that skin is what is the biggest organ in your body, is telling you about your actual health, your body's health. Whether you're in good health, your skin will glow. There's some problem in your organs, your health is not good, the skin will tell you everything. So best is take care of your skin.
Recently, in fact, even Bryan, I'm sure you're aware about there's one of our richest businessman, and he underwent a process wherein he kind of got some things removed to just get the skin fitter and tighter and look young. And he's known for that. He's getting viral everywhere because he's spending some millions and billions just to look young. That obsession also is a lot. What do you have to say on that?
See, that's the other end of the spectrum. If you notice, I have said maintenance. I am not a fan of doing radical, because you might get a good result for a few months, and then as fibrosis sets in, which is a natural healing process, things could go bad. Then you'll have to go and get a repeat check, a repeat treatment. It's like you spiral down that big hellhole. So it's never my advice to go into surgical treatments, although it's one of the best things to get a facelift. And if you have a profession that you need to look your best, your face, take care of it. If that fails, as aging happens, it does, go for facelifts, go for it, but do not go for this fad radical thing like the person you're talking about. He has completely radicalized, and he is a plastic surgeon's delight. Completely, and he'll keep coming. So that's that funding is not going anywhere.
In fact, he recently also visited, like India. He visited Delhi, and he kind of felt like probably the pollution also takes a toll on skin.
Very much, yeah.
Which is actually the case. Like I may be doing the best skincare ritual, but if I am in Mumbai's pollution, or if I'm stuck in traffic, or if I'm just stressing, it doesn't work on me.
Not
unless if I just let go and kind of calm my mind. So how is your process like that? What do you do?
To look healthy is your primary goal, and for that you need to have good looks too. Something that needs improvement needs to be improved, but mind, body and spirit, all three, if they are in sync, all three are being looked after, then you will look good. You can't avoid the environment you're staying in. You can't avoid the pollutants, you can't avoid the unhealthy, the fumes, the toxins, the the food, the kind of food we are getting. All these things, we are putting toxins into our body. And like I said, skin is the largest organ, so that's why it shows up first. So what you can do is, as far as possible, is prevention. Try and protect your skin, like the UV rays, put sunscreen, pollutant. I too cover my face if I go out. In fact, even when like I had gone to Delhi, everybody was wearing masks there. So you take preventive measures to see that you try and stay as healthy as is possible. And most importantly, stress. There are many ways of getting over a stressful situation, but today's kids find it so hard. Their life is so hard. It's all drudge, so much. So they need counseling, and I advise every young person to have a counselor or a psychiatrist in your speed dial. So when you need help, you should reach out and get it. You don't want to go over the cliff, because stress leads to depression, depression leads to, altered mindset. You don't want to go that way. So these are the few things that I like telling people, that to keep good skin, you have to have a good environment and a good brains, good mind.
And as you bring into picture about about the kids today, even teenagers are getting insecure of their skin. So like in a recent study, it was observed that even someone who's as young as 12 wants to get a surgery done, or say a skin treatment done, or like probably like a Botox, which is okay at a 15. What do you advise such people? Do you feel that's okay?
See, they will definitely want, they have an idol in their head, and they want, because people do come to me saying, I want lips like this, I want eyes like that. So they have an idol in their mind. So that's where the counseling happens. You have to advise them about what to do and what not to do, what she needs. Now suppose she has a broken nose or a crooked nose or a bad nose, of course I will tell you. As soon as you reach 14 and your bone structure is kind of developed, you should go for rhinoplasty. And if she has breakouts, pimples, because that's the hormone raging at that stage, I would advise her to start treatment right away and not mess with the skin straight out. So these are the kind of advice you get. But yes, I also believe in preventative Botox, but that's not for someone as young as 12, but maybe 27, 28, because by that time your fine lines have started appearing. Well, your lives are very different. Senior people, their lives are very different. They get their fine lines after probably 4 decades, 5 decades showing up. But young kids today, it starts showing up at 25, 26. So then I do advise preventative Botox. So उससे क्या है कि you use very minimal dose, and your face doesn't change at all. You're the same person over the decades. Nobody will say, oh my God, इसने कुछ कराया है. You see, so that's the advantage of preventative Botox, but not for young teenagers. They need more help to mentally support them, unless it's something really drastic and they can't do well in school or a class because they are demoralized or lack of confidence, self-esteem. Of course, they should go ahead and do it, but not for fad reasons, not because they have an idol and I want to look like that.
So also there was one Turkish influencer. He just wanted to look young, and he underwent a lot of surgeries just to look in a certain manner. I mean, he got that look. But then once you're getting a surgery done, after that the maintenance, if it's not done, then it can also like as you said also, it could go otherwise. What do you advise? Surgeries, do you advise like plastic surgeries could be performed if someone wants to be, even Kim Kardashian has gone through a lot of treatments.
So in her workplace, her field of work, she needs it. She's gone a little over because she needs to now maintain it. She got it, but now she needs to maintain it. So that's, she's on a different league. But if I talk about regular, normal, ordinary people who are aspirational but not, they don't have the means or the need to get it, I tell them to avoid, because once you get surgery, face lifts or whatever surgery on the face done, it takes about 6 to 10 months to heal and get back to normal. So the process of healing is also very debilitating, and you look ugly, you stay out of your social circle for that long, and then it lasts for some time and you have to go back again. Again, it's another 6 to 8 months, sometimes even more gone out of your face. So people who get it done once do need it a second time, but people who have got it done once and are maintaining it by proper diet, proper care, they sometimes don't need to go until they're ready to accept that yes, I'm aging.
That's an interesting part. But as we age, we all start wondering how we're going to look. Everyone wants to look in a certain manner, and we all want to not have, or probably even if we have age with grace is what we talk about. And many of these actresses also, or actors go through this, What do you feel that, do you feel that there is a lot of pressure which has also been put to look in a certain manner?
I won't call it pressure, I call it requirement. You see, aging with grace ka definition has definitely changed now.
Yeah.
Pehle people accepted the process of aging. Today, scenario is different. Everything is, it's evolution. You were walking like this sometime, now you're walking like this. You were doing something else 20, 40 years ago. Today you're doing, you're struck by technology, those, the rays, the light, so much. So your requirement has changed today. So aging gracefully means do things, but in moderation, and something that makes you feel good about yourself, but not like off. But yes, like you're talking about the industry, it's their business. They need to look good because that's what people expect as a good actor, acting besides. But it's the first presentation is what you look like. You might be a very bad actor, you're looking good, people would probably accept you. But to look good and be a good actor, that's the best.
But sometimes even the procedures don't work on certain actors when they're trying to do. Like they might be looking beautiful, how they were otherwise with normal treatments, but when they have done a surgical treatment, the face changes like how? Which kinds of, puts their career also at stake, because
Absolutely.
then the offers go, in a different manner altogether. Probably, I may be knowing some of the actresses who basically look amazing otherwise, but when they have done certain treatments, they are looking much older than, they are. So in that case,
that happens with overzealous doctors, overzealous therapists, overzealous patients. I myself had a person from the industry who had an event the same evening or the day after. So she came to me in the afternoon and said, I need my eyebrows gone down, I need it fixed, balanced. I said, see, if your event is this evening, I would suggest not doing it now. She said, nahi, mere ko abhi chahiye. Okay, chahiye to I'll do it. It doesn't immediately respond, drug needs time to act on it. So kar diya, and she said, no, nothing's happening. It's not, I don't see no change, and I'm going in the evening. I was very apologetic. I said, please give it at least 24 hours, then you'll know. Instead, she went to another doctor without telling her that she's already got injected under her eyebrow, and the other lady also gave her a full dose. So she had double dose now. So sadly, at the event, one of eyebrows was up there, and it looks terrible. Same with rhinoplasties and repeated assault on your skin, assault on your face. I call them assaults, not repair or renovation or makeovers. Call them assaults. When the face has been assaulted, it has to change. We've known so many of the screen personas who have completely ruined their careers because of overzealous doctors. And you get these big pufferfish mouths. You don't need that. You have to first study the face. If you got a sharp nose, you want a puff up mouth, it's never going to work. You see?
Also, there's this one thing which people are doing. Rhinoplasty is one thing which you spoke about, and yes, repetition of it. Do you feel like only once it's done, it's okay, or it needs, the requirement is like that?
If it's a non-surgical rhinoplasty, most of the time it needs remodeling, needs repetition. But if it's surgical remodeling, then if it's a good hand, nothing needs to be done afterwards, especially rhinoplasty. But non-surgical procedures, they need repetitions.
And then there is this one more thing which is facial contouring, and there's this chiseling jawline. And I will be very honest to you, I'm myself obsessed with having a jawline, and I'm not doing anything, but I'm like, oh listen, I'm getting a double chin. I get conscious. I'll be honest, that is what my apprehensions are. Like, I want to look on camera, but I don't want to have a double chin. And people are getting treatments done for that. But as you said, and there's also one more treatment which I've heard of, is letting go of our this ribs basically, just to look in a certain posture. Do you feel that risk, adds a lot of, it could be of course, for your roles, but many young actresses are falling for that now?
See, let's go for the jaw first. The jaw is against gravity, so it falls. Your face falls. It has to go south. If it's going south, obviously you'll get jowls, you'll get all these double chin, turkey neck. You don't like it. That's not the face you had. It's not your fault. It's the gravity that's pulling it down, and As you age, your muscles become a little lax, so they hang down faster. If there's something that can be given to you to give you back your sharp jawline and beautiful angular face, why not? So there are non-surgical and surgical. They give amazing results and less traumatic. I have to advise anybody that, not because I'm in this business, I'm very conservative that way, but there are certain things that is easy to do, simple, less downtime, and yes, it's a need, so you have to have it. And the rib breaking, earlier days, generations ago, they used to tie them in corsets, so tight that the ribs just wouldn't expand, it wouldn't grow.
Okay.
So now the surgeons, doctors have found a simpler way to give you that instead of those tight corsets which are tight. So now they take off the 12th rib, which is not actually needed.
Okay.
So it gives you a waistline, a tiny waistline. It can be done. I mean, it's your choice. You want it, you get it in safe hands. But after doing a proper background check of the hospital that you're going to do it, and उसके बाद अभी भी corsets पहनती है, and you know those tummy trimmers. Purpose is the same. You want to have a certain shape because it's appealing to the eye. You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to lose what you had, a good shape, because of traumas, age, diet, fads. So, जैसे you don't have specific, like a hardworking person like you who has no fixed hours and time, would just grab anything on the run.
True.
So it has to have an effect.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. You should, if you can't help yourself because of things beyond your control, then get help.
That's interesting. And
Really?
yeah, that's actually interesting because it depends. Like, you know, if you really want to get it done, you get it done.
It should be need based, not fad. That's what I say. It's not कि मैं पगला रही हूँ. I have to be that. That I always count. That's the purpose of counseling.
Yeah.
You read their mind, their needs, requirements, and then give them what they want and what is good for them.
What is also happening is on Instagram, a lot of people are just following whatever is coming in terms of skincare. The very famous one, which most of us fall for and we follow, is the Korean skincare treatments. And
the glass skin.
The glass skin, basically. It's just an obsession which we all want to like look like in a certain manner, honestly. I also kind of like, end up, doing all that shopping and all. Do you recommend that? Do you feel that probably that if people are just going and buying things, just from, whatever they're watching is recommended?
I think bhed chal. So you don't even know if the product you're buying is good unless you're buying from Korea and you know what they're giving probably. I think their product's excellent for skin especially, but they are blessed with great skin, great tone, great quality of skin. So when they say Korean glass skin, they are maintaining their skin. Now if we brown people want to get that, it's not possible. But yes, you can get a luminescent skin. That's what should be a goal as a glass skin. And it's very easy. I advise natural remedies also for glass skin, as in translucent skin. And yes, you have certain pills that you swallow to get good looks. You put all those AHAs and
the retinoids and the.
Yeah.
What is the difference in retinoid versus retinol?
Retinol is the one. The retinol A is the one that you use for pigments. So that helps. And retinoid is a cousin of that retinol, the ingredient being the same but a different chemistry. Both purpose is the same. It takes the pigments, it reduces the pigments, and if you add that with vitamin C, it's much better. The results are much better. But tell you, the real secret of Korean glass skin is very clean skin and poreless skin. If you have a poreless skin, it will look translucent. But if you're out in the heat, like here in the light, so pores breathe, so it opens up, and then your skin will not look translucent. So to do that, you have to have at least a double cleanse, not just एक बार face wash लगा लिया नहीं. You have to have this. There are many cleansing balms. Use that balm. The balm helps take out all the makeup, all the grime, all that superficial dirt, and then you use your regular face wash. So double wash is the first part. Second most important is toning. The correct thing is to do 7 times, but I suggest only 2 or 3 because our skin lives in warm climate, So we need to breathe through our skin too. The pores need to have some space. So double cleansing, double toning. This gives good result.
Yes, and on that note, many actresses have also started their own skincare, like say Kriti Sanon, Deepika Padukone, Meera Kapoor. They have also come up with their skin products. Now, because they already have a credibility in the market, we end up buying. But we don't really know, how they function. Like, currently I've used Kriti Sanon's, product. I've not used, Deepika or Meera Kapoor. But I've seen the results also. But do you advise, because they come with a certain background altogether, would you advise, okay, okay, we can kind of look into it?
You have to first figure out, did they do the R&D themselves? Did you oversee the R&D? Or did they just give the name to somebody's product, which has either been imported directly or has been, mixed and matched in a lab here and bottled beautifully? So this is the distinction that you must do your background check and find out whether it's suitable to your skin or not. And Priyanka has got Anomaly, and she was part of the R&D. She knew everything that was going into that. So I know her products. I know when she says paraben free, it is paraben, sulfate free, it is sulfate free, because she has sat on it. So if these well-known names are bringing out their own products and they have been part of the R&D, then go for it. Because if their skin can take it, no harm done to them, because their skin is a fortune. If their skin can take it, yours would.
And coming to Priyanka Chopra, she is the most talked about Indian international celebrity, and we love the way she has brought herself, from where to where, touch wood, and by God's grace, she looks amazing. Even now, when we look at her, she's super fit. What is her skincare like? If you could kind of give some tips to people out there, because we can just follow.
She gave some home remedies for Vogue. Remember the little black book, diary or something? There are 3 segments. So she believes in the old-fashioned upturn, oiling the hair, and most importantly, work out. Keep the negative people and the negative vibes out of her orbit, and eat healthy. She sometimes forgets to drink water, but there's somebody to remind her. Then she does her water also, and you can make out immediately that skin just, you are what you put in, what you give yourself. So she's a very disciplined person in every way. So when people just see the exterior, that she's so good, so fit, smart, there's a lot of hard work that has gone in, lots, and focused hard work.
Yeah, and that's something seen in her work also. I would say that
work, her physique, her smile, her general demeanor, everything, it reflects that.
While she encourages a lot of us, even as I told you, even being a working woman, I look up to someone like her because she has carried that passion in a different level altogether. She has also faced criticism, at one point of time. She was criticized for the skin color, she was criticized for the looks. When she did certain, way to look in an aesthetic manner, she was criticized. And she did face that heat, but she overcame all that. Now today when she talks about it, she talks very confidently. But somewhere, do you feel that the social media, or say even the media, or otherwise the society, puts a lot of pressure on an actor's life also to look in a certain manner only, or just have a certain fair complexion, to just look like a baby doll on camera? What are your thoughts on that?
Coming to Priyanka only, this is the woman who became Miss World with that same tone, with that same face, with the same hair, everything. I mean, she was one of the most beautiful girls in the world. She didn't need to get any aesthetics done. It was just a trauma that happened. And she said, nothing can be done about it. I am born this way, like it, take it, don't want it, don't take it. So she lived by principles, and she didn't take of course, she would get upset. And this very well-known film personality only said, कि नहीं आप सूट नहीं करोगे, आप बहुत dark हो. So she said, okay, if I don't fit your bill, I'm not for it. No hard feelings, out. They're still friends. So that's how she overcame her. I never thought she had insecurities, because she had the backing of being Miss World and she was super confident. But yahi tha ki, like I said, she kept the negatives out of her life, didn't allow them to affect her. She would get upset for a bit and then dust herself off.
And as we talk about the pageantry world, the current, and it's always been beauty with brains. It's like the way it has evolved also, you need to have a certain stature, you need to, present yourself, but people take it otherwise only, that, it's all about the looks, or say, as you recently also said, like, narisoshan, and, you were also facing a lot of heat when she entered this side. How did you overcome that, and what are your thoughts on that?
I was very upset about the narisoshan. There was no soshan. She did it on her terms. She never wore a bikini. Even when she was wearing a bathing suit, she had a sarong around her. She knew what she was doing. She did not want to be shamed, or anyone else in the family. Her feeling was कि dad क्या सोचेंगे, family क्या सोचेंगे, but everybody क्या सोचेंगे. So she was not the kind of person who wanted to show, display. There are girls who like it, who do it, but Priyanka was a different person altogether. So when you say कि what do you feel about narisoshan, I think it was very archaic, very old-fashioned. It's not about soshan. Of course, soshan is happening everywhere, in every field.
Yeah.
The pageantry are most protected. There's no soshan there. So it's thought hai na, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and the vulgarity also lies in the brain of the beholder. So it took me some time. Priyanka got over it. She was a little upset for a few minutes, I think, but I carried a chip on my shoulder for the longest time.
But as we dive in this topic also, ma'am, we have seen that women are often criticized for the choices they make. Like, even if she wants to wear a bikini, it's her choice. Why?
Absolutely.
And she's confident enough to flaunt her body.
Absolutely.
Why you have to kind of judge, in a certain manner, even if she's looking in a certain manner, it's her choice eventually. Don't you think that needs to kind of, like, while we are evolving as a society, we also go back, at one section of it, where there's this patriarchy kind of, trying to overtake, what the empowerment of women is?
I think more than patriarchy is that we haven't taught our boys well. You see, they are still told that a girl's role is something else and the guy's role is something else. That's the fault. It's not the girl's fault at all. The girl's doing what they want to do. They're very smart. They can do anything better than a guy can do. Put them anywhere. They are definitely better. They just need an opportunity, and you'll crash in front of them, the guys, I mean. So what we need to do is, mindset change can start only with the men. Girls wearing whatever they want is not their fault at all. They want to look good, they feel comfortable. Now it's hot summer, you want to wear shorts and spaghetti straps, fine. But then, having said that, I think every outfit has an appropriate place, appropriate approval rate. So you can't go to the mandir wearing shorts, you can't go to the church without your head covered, or to a masjid. So there are certain sections where you have to maintain decorum. But what you do in your own space, your time, your place, nobody can comment on that. Nobody.
On that note, ma'am, coming to one more aspect of your life is your son. And you recently said that, what Priyanka has made in terms of a career, he kinds of like is a collateral damage of, what he has achieved.
Collateral damage not because what he made of himself, it's what I did. See, I was not there for him when he needed. Although till date, both of them have never said that, Mom, you were not there. Dad wasn't there when he was just a teenager. So that was the collateral damage. So probably I didn't speak very well, so it got misunderstood. But he is his own man today. He is very strong, and he knows exactly what he wants to do. But thankfully, both of them landed on their feet in spite of my, mistakes. So I sent Priyanka to the boarding school, and I kicked myself throughout while she was there. And am I a mean mother? That thought kept being in my head, and I prioritized Priyanka and her career because she was so young and so innocent, and she'd never been exposed to the wild world. Very protective family, Army was a very protective place. So my priority was there. So I did carry that guilt with me कि वो neglect हो गया. कैसे पल गया मुझे पता ही नहीं चला with Nani. Nani was always there, but so that's what I feel कि collateral damage was from my side. But thankfully both landed on their feet. अच्छे से. अभी both of them are like doing well in their own world, in their own life, the chosen field, and they're both happy. I mean, their joy is what gives me joy, period.
And since we see that, and we also come to the end of the interview, The good thing is that Priyanka has her own production company, but
Mhm.
right now she has also moved that company to US.
Yeah.
And you recently said that the movies will be made that side. That gets us excited because international movies are what we are going to see.
Yeah.
While we have seen her craft over here
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
How excited are you two? For
I thought I was very super excited. A little trepidation, a little hesitation जब शुरू हुआ था. When we started closing down PPP here, तो बहुत apprehension थी कि ये तो established है, यहाँ पे सब कुछ everything is going smooth, and then you'll start all over again from there. But she's went on a lightning speed, I think, and in no time, sat 8-10 years लगे. I remember when she went for her first music interview with the label, she walked in. She was stunning at that time. जैसे गई थी वहाँ. And one of the one person who later became her manager, he said उसको आते देखा and he just stood up. And then later he told me when she walked in, the molecules in the room moved, shifted. That's her impact. I said, wow. You know, you feel like a proud mother.
Yeah.
But then that's the kind of effort she puts in to get what she thinks is the best for her.
And that's, I think, the highest and hugest achievement what she has achieved.
Absolutely.
But on those lines, also coming back to skincare and how you have kind of evolved. We look up to your handle. We go and see the social media handle of your brand, and we really want to do. What is more you're trying to kind of work on, which is going to bring beauty world very differently?
Minimalistic. I want you to be good looking, good skin, good hair, good face, good bones, good structure, good food, good thoughts. Everything. I look at a person in a holistic way. Nothing about me is just this. Like, cosmetologist है तो सिर्फ face करे, ऐसा नहीं. I go in and out both. I check on their diet, I check on their health, I check on their physical workout, because all these things contribute to a good looking you. Eventually, whatever you may have been born with, whatever you have grown into, you always want to put your best foot forward, and for that you need a lot of confidence.
That's true.
So I'm the one that gives you.
And what can we see more coming in the beauty zone? When I ask that, probably products or probably say skincare treatments.
The sky is the limit for anti-aging. Now NAD is a very popular pill that's happening now, which helps. Creatine is one that's helping. So there's so much research happening. Every 3rd, 4th month there's a new product coming in. So you can't catch up with it. So you have to see what fits you best and stay on it. But most products you need to change over time, like the shampoos, like the face creams, whatever you use, because then the skin starts getting used to that product. It stops responding to it. So you need to change your product, change the chemical composition of your product to maintain the same thing.
And on that note also, do you prefer bringing what is happening in the international market, because that's
yes, absolutely.
Wow, that's like
Absolutely.
way too advanced,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
try bringing that over here in
Absolutely. Obaji, I was working with, because that's a Japanese brand, fantastic brand. Dr. Sturm, Barbara, all these are such great products. But for an Indian pocket, it becomes very expensive, and to bring it in and to have it. Obaji was trying to come into India, but they had some roadblocks. They couldn't come. I wanted them here, and there's another company that wanted them to come in. So these are great products that I've used and I'm using, but how to get it here is difficult. So now with Nykaa, now with so many other companies who are actually importing the real products and bringing it to India and managing in a way that it suits the Indian pocket too. So I'm seeing good days coming. And it's not necessary that the outside products are good for our skin. You see, our skin is very different. Their R&D, their products are made for the Caucasian skin, or either whites or blacks, not for browns, not for Asian skin. So I rely a lot on what we have here, and I love some of the Ayurvedic products, the herbal products, because these have been done for generations, and especially home remedies. I'm totally for that.
Well, that's interesting, and I really loved it. You know,
Sorry, I might not be a very aggressive cosmetologist. Frankly, with faces, I'm very conservative. Because once it's damaged, something goes wrong, it'll take so many more repair work to fix it back, and 100% it never go back to the same. Better to be safe than be sorry.
That's true. But on that note, it was lovely chatting with you, ma'am. And
Thank you,
knowing
Shalini.
so much about skincare and about the routines and how one can figure out their insecurities in this current, world which is evolving, and everyone wants to look beautiful eventually. So thank you so much for a lovely time, and all the very best, ma'am. Looking forward to do certain things with you, I'm sure,
You should.
in the near future.
You have a beautiful skin, beautiful
Thank you,
face.
Thank you.
Stay this way.
Thank you.
Don't
thank you.
experiment.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.